And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your patience as I navigate through all the challenges that have been presented to me. Let's go ahead and say a quick hello. If you could, to the dilders and builders and glowy owies, go ahead and let me know what you had for dinner. I am curious even about your recipes. I love your recipes, they go in great detail. Toy Town, what's up? Playa, Man Against the Masses, 9mm Slim, Kurt. Kurt, if I was Gerchop, I would say Kurt24. Who even is you? Essay. Sorry, it's him. Adam Grubb, what's up? What's up? Sport Brand, what's up? Sport Brand again, what's up? Farmer James, you know that scene when I know. Sorry, man. Sorry. I'm just kidding, Kurt. I'm giving you a hard time. It's just a little hard time. Flying rich, brother. What's up, man? Robert Ribbit Herson. What up? What up? What up? Okay, so we have KAC. What up? Joe Morris. What's cracking? I want to ride. What's up? Oh, I want to ride. I think I'm going through my list. I think I still owe you something, but I had your name crossed out. So we're gonna play the honesty game. I need to know you're the last thing I had to send out, and my stuff was a mess. Anyway, we're about to get rolling on things. Got some channel developments. As you'll see, this mic that I'm speaking into. It's a mic. It's a new mic. But the mic is not my mic, so the mic might make Mike a little nervous. So get ready for the corniest intro of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so on that note, we're going to work on the music there. And Snake had Bush Light for dinner. That sounds excellent. Um, we're good. Okay. We're good out of laziness, or did I actually send it? Because I actually had to send out like 24 packages. Um, so there's some heat intro. Agorizer, what's up? JC9 was cracking. Wilbur, P38. Chinese tonight. Ate me some Chinese. Right? Sounds delicious. Excellent. Shrimp stir free. What's a stir free? Pizza and breadsticks. If anybody in the comments says I had unlimited salad and breadsticks, dead giveaway. Dead giveaway. So we got some things. I wanted tonight to just be like a night with the fellas. You know what I mean? Because we've been having a lot of guests, a lot of great guests, which I'm very grateful for. But it hasn't really been like just us. Dirt McGirt, Ron Wayne. What's up, fellas? Dirt, my man. Too many choices. What up? What up? Um, so we're gonna be doing some things, kind of advancing the channel, taking it to the next level. And one of the things, how many sitars did you have in that intro? Oh, I actually didn't make that intro. That was made by Tactical Pineapple. He came on the show and literally made that while we were doing a live stream, and I was like interviewing him basically, and he's telling me his whole story. He's like, "Oh, by the way, here you go." I'm like, "Bro, you just made that like on the side while we were having this conversation." It was crazy. Um, and I'd like to actually put like I would even use that and put like some dope music behind it, some like non-copywritten stuff. Thirsty Colt, what's up? What's up? So the channel. So I do have this incredible Blue Yeti mic right here, and I went to plug it in, and it's not plugged in. It's not. So for all of you that thought this is literally just it's like lawn decoration. So I may just put the mic here and just say like, "Hey guys, I'm speaking into the mic," when really I'm just using this. So But I just need a new cord to get it working. Even though the Blue Yetis are incredible mics, the cord that comes with them are equivalent to actual dog feces. So I'm going to get a new cord and get this by the next show. Freakus dang, what's up, playa? Get Shred Wizard to lay down a 20-second. That's true. Hey, good looking out, man. What's up, Heath? Dark, are you going to start rapping with that mic? Start rapping? Maybe. Actually, I have a little bit of lyricism in my nice mic. Where's the Vice? This is Vice. This is Miami Vice. I actually came across a Vice that I really wanted, but it is an AR specific Vice, and that thing is buco. It was literally $300, but it is set up specifically to slide your AR upper in there. It's set up specifically for, like, you have different adapters for different parts of the rifle. Some of it was set up for A2s, but hey, A2 to A4 ARs. But it was dope, man. Like I would love to have a setup like that, but I'm not spending $300 on a expensive stage prop. Yeah, until the next stream on Thursday, which we have a very exciting guest. The world broke as soon as Franklin Arms put out the news that they were introducing the binary trigger for a Glock. And I have someone else coming on to discuss such things. But I don't want to dig too deeply into that. I do have some cool guests. I got Bulligan Shooting Sports that I'm setting a date with right now. I got JSD. I got a few other PewTubers that y'all will be familiar with. Yeah, vices aren't cheap. No, I know. JSD binary, but there may be some info that's dropped here that's never before been discussed. Hold on for 1 second. I'm gonna mute this so you don't hear me guggling and blah blah blah. So yeah, I just haven't pulled the trigger on a vice. I desperately need one. I did that whole SIG 320 80% build from JSDZ. The MUP 1, the SIG 320 80% build with no vice, no drill press, basically on my lap. And I mean, I paid for it in pain and blood because I mean, I literally have blood on the jig. I could show y'all. And then to top it all off at the very end, when I was sliding the fire control group out of the white grip module, which is dope. It is a factory SIG white grip module that I got from JSD. I slit my finger open about 1.5 inches deep and about a quarter of an inch, a little less than a quarter of an inch deep. I'm sorry, about an inch, whatever. It was bad. So yeah, it'd be helpful if I took precautions like wearing gloves, wearing eye protection when you're running rotary tools, not wearing dangly things, because I almost turned my neck into an addition to the rotary tool just by leaning over too much. But I finally got the upper onto the lower. I think it's just some minor fitment issues. If you guys look, I have built dozens of 80%ers, and venturing into the MUP 1 was a completely different drill. It, no pun intended, it was a completely different thing. I would encourage anybody that likes building to give it a shot. I'm not a SIG guy. I do own some SIGs. My favorite SIG being the SIG 556 SBR. It's a, let me actually, you know what? I'm just gonna pull that joint up because every time I say this, people are like, "Oh, the 516? Oh, the this, the that." So I'm just gonna pull this joint up. So this is, mine doesn't have the, actually this is literally exactly what it is. This is one of my fave. Hold up. All right. All right. So this, let's get, this is actually what I have. I have some mods done to mine. Oh, yeet. So what I did, I wish I had the original Swiss stock on that joint because it's way more rugged. This, in my opinion, is just more places for the stock system to break. The reason I say that is because this firearm is a tank. It is solid. You could literally throw it down, beat it, run it over with a truck, and nothing would harm it, and almost nothing would stop it from running. However, if you were to, you know, brush like a door with the buttstock, it'd likely snap off because the connection point is polymer. It is made out of pure polymer with a steel pin. I don't know why. Like whoever designed that, like dog, come on. I get the 551s and 552s had a polymer stock, like, but dude, like at least make the connection aluminum, maybe steel, right? And then find some system that you can like slide the polymer into, affix it somehow, because that is the biggest complaint that I have is that the stock system would break. So you really got to run a vertical grip on it because otherwise, if that stock breaks off, you're basically going to be shooting a big unwieldy pistol, but I want to keep the folding capability. So I've never had a problem with it. I've got about 6 or so thousand rounds to the gun, and it's dope. I mean, this is the one that I said it's essentially like if the MP5, the AK, and the AR had a really sloppy orgy and somehow conceived a child, this is what the child would be. You got your standard AR mags, standard AR, Stenag mags, 5.56, 223. It can run steel like it's a Wasser 1063. It's a short stroke piston system, 10. I think it's 10 and I think it's 10 inches, but the box says 10 inches, but everything else leads me to believe it's 10 and a half. Really doesn't matter. So what I did is I put an upgraded grip because it's got that saw grip. The saw grip is just really thick and uncomfortable. And by the way, guys, I can't see the comments right now because I'm looking with you guys here. So, sorry. Charges on the right side like an AK. An AK. It has 2 settings in the gas system here, which you can change from basically normal to adverse with 1 click. And if you're running it, suppressed or whatever, you can put it under normal, throw the can on it, and it sends a little less gas back, so it doesn't, eject like crazy aggressively and overstress the system. But the cool thing is that they milled a hole through the piston selector, so if when it gets really really dirty, it's almost impossible to move with your bare hand, even a gloved hand. So you can take a 5.56 round, stick it in the hole or brass, and turn it like a lever. It's an incredible idea. It's got a quad rail system because back then quad rails were cool, which makes it like 117 pounds. And I put a 51 tooth AAC suppressor adapter on there. I got the Roto Pater sights, the Ghost Ring front sight. It's very MP5-ish. And yeah, I mean, that's basically all I've done to it. You can adjust the trigger, so it's got a nice light trigger on it. And yeah, I run it suppressed. There's no reason to not run it suppressed. So yeah, it's basically it. I mean, it's served me really well. It's done. Oh, you're good, Jeff Cron. We basically just started. We just started, bro. Kima. Okay, Jeff Cron, P38. Cole, what's up, man? Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's a cool gun, man. Honestly, if it wasn't for the stock system being the way that it is, that would be my go-to. Like if shit popped off, I would grab that firearm every time. Anything within 100 yards and less is, donezo. Montana, what's up, player? Oh, how I missed you. Yeah, I mean, within, shouting distance. Like I said, most of the firearms I have are, you know, shouting distance rifles. Um, Anything within that ghost ring sight is dunzo. So that I love that feature. Let me see, it's pretty cool. Thank you, appreciate that. It was a $2,500 SBR, and you take $2,500, you add a $200 tax stamp, then you add taxes, and blah blah blah. It's pretty stupid expensive. Thomas Darnell, what's up, man? But what I did is I knew that the shop that I worked at was sitting on, like, I don't know, a couple dozen of them, and it was right after, like, Sierra Hotel. The Sierra Hotel kind of rush kind of started to slow down. So I asked my owner, I was like, "Hey, are you willing to do anything on the SIGs?" And he sold it to me for $1,000 off. So I got it for 1,500. So it's not bad. And then at that same time, I got the AAC SDN6, so the 308 suppressor, which was like 1080 for 525 through an employee program. So I lucked out, man. Most of the, like, super, like, high speed equipment that I have, like, I did not pay full price for and typically could not afford. Let me get this shit out of the way. This decoration right here. Now, come Thursday, this will be working, and I cannot wait to have that clean, crisp audio. And I know my audio isn't unbearable. It's only one stage up from unbearable. So know that that's something that I'm working on, and that also several other things. That and other things I'm working on for the channel. Hey, driving home, maybe 4 hours sleep and back at it. Mission Impossible tomorrow. Try to make it back for Dark Appointments Thursday. Work's gonna kill me. Dang. Don't let work kill you. G23, what's up, man? Tara, take care of yourself, right? Only you can take care of yourself. So, Opie, what's up, brother? Brother. Montana, what are things looking like in the medical community right now? I'm really curious. Are people kind of, polarized and split over just everything that's going on in the world with the two jab or not two jab, and you know I don't know. I'm just kind of curious what things look like right now. Jay Duffy, what's up? Play up, play off. And let's see who else I missed. JC9, G23, what's cracking? What's up, Bob? Bob. 10 inches. Are you measuring from the bunghole? Yeah. God, masses. That's great. Jay Duffy, what's up, player? If I didn't say what's up to you already. So yeah, so that would be Farmer James. I love you. Thirsty Colt, son, good evening. It's past your bedtime. JK. Anthony Smith, what's up, man? Thoughts on the 300 blackout being a neutered 308? So I wouldn't call it a neutered 308. I would call it an intermediate cartridge. Now, that is not to be taken as a stupid intermediate cartridge between 9mm and 45. Like, I don't know. What can you guys think of? I am a 40 hater. I am a 40 caliber hater. I'm sorry. If you run 40 cal, I apologize. If you constantly are falling victim to my insults about 40 cal, I just hate it. What's up, Guns and Barbecue? Zach, what's up, man? But I do dislike 40. Now, I used to carry 40. I used to run 40. And I just, seeing the technology in ammunition, period, over the last decade, it's come so far that, the type of ballistics we're getting out of 9mm, and even some cases 380, is pretty, you know, undeniable. So I'll stick with my Nieners. Um, G23, you follow me? That happens all the time. We have such a tight little community here where, I'll be going to one stream and one stream and one stream and one stream, and it's like, oh, let me go to Crump, let me go to Smash Time, let me go to 2EDU, and I see all the same folks. What's up, Bull Rush? I hate 40 so much. I have 200 rounds because I didn't check the box when I bought it. Oh man, that's the worst. Yeah, no. So here's what I say: 300 blackout. is, well, first I'll say that it's not a cartridge that I would enjoy being shot with. Um, Most people that shit on the 300 blackout are people that can't afford to stockpile ammo, and the pricing, like and I've shared this with you guys. I kind of believe in like the armory setup, right? Like if you're gonna have an assload of rifles, it would be advantageous to have most of them chambered in the same round with the same magazine, with parts compatibility, magazine compatibility, ammunition compatibility, all that shit. That's good. And of course, you can have the one standing out, like, you want a 4570, go get it. You want a 300 blackout, go get it. You want this, that, whatever, like it's cool. But, maybe having enough that could, arm your family or arm, others if like you're in a full shit hit the fan scenario. Yes, it would be a good idea to have guns that are, mostly similar. Take the same magazines, the same ammo, the same parts, and all that. If a part goes down, boom, replace the gas tube, replace a bolt carrier, replace whatever. If you want those one-offs or whatever, like I got a bunch of one-offs. It's as long as you have like your, family covered and maybe a small community of homeless people that you can equip with firearms. Just kidding. I'm talking about like in a world without rule of law situation. B3, what's up, player? Long time no see. Um, yeah, so it is an AAC design cartridge. So, uh, and this is kind of anecdotal. So I hit a deer with a 300 blackout subsonic round and didn't kill it. And I hit it probably in the wrong spot. When I was looking at it, it looked like it was going right to the vitals. It ended up most likely getting lodged in the shoulder blade and it didn't penetrate. So now that may be what happened. Maybe I just like nicked it because there was a blood trail that we tracked for 5 hours and didn't find the deer, which I feel terrible about. But my buddy found him next season. And yeah. But it, 300 Blackout is a great cartridge. It's just for me personally, I opted out of 300 Blackout. I had a Remington 700 and 300 Blackout that was a great gun. It was excellent. What's up, Aegis? Good to have you here, man. I have had ARs and 300 Blackout. I've had 6.8 SPC. I've had, the whole gambit, right? I never got into the 6.5, stuff or like the, Creedmoor, Grindle, and all that. But 300 Blackout, with right now, with where we are with ammunition and where we are with price of ammo, availability of ammo, unless you already have a grip load of 300 Blackout stacked up, I wouldn't jump into one personally, unless you're just sitting on like, an ass load of money that you don't care to blow. Now, the dope thing about 300 Blackout that a lot of people like aren't even like touching on is that like think about why this was developed. Okay, it's still from a ballistic standpoint extremely effective against a liquid medium like flesh, hands down. No one can refute that. Supersonic and subsonic to a certain degree. I'd say within 100 yards, um, maybe give or take. But the 300 Blackout was the solution when you're looking at an AR platform. How do I suppress the AR platform and uh, not turn it into a bolt action firearm? Oh, what's up, man? Exercise in freedom. Dang, with the super chat. Thank you. Anyone have any advice on where to find uppers and barrels for a 357 SIG AR rifle? Wow. That's interesting. Personally, I have never seen a 357 SIG AR. Um, I mean, that would be a really interesting build. I would holler at Armitage because 357 SIG is like his cartridge. Now, of course, you always see Glocks, Glock magazines, or I'm sorry, you always see lowers that are accepting Glock magazines and 9 mil PDW style, ARs, pistol caliber carbines, and those are cool. Anything beyond 8.5 inches is really kind of ballistically kind of a waste because what you gain is, you know, uh, negligible. It's less than 50 feet per second between 8.5 inches and 16.5 inches. It's it's actually an average of 50 feet per second of an increase. So that was heartbreaking to learn, but hey, it's the truth. We're looking for facts and ammo, right? So you'll see 9 mil PCCs, you'll see 45 PCCs, you'll see even from time to time 40 PCCs. God bless them. But I don't think I've actually ever seen the 357 SIG uh, a pistol caliber carbine in 357 SIG. No, so I'll type it in. He is a user in the community. He's a viewer. This is his name, and he'll pop in here. I'm sure he always does. Armitage knows everything 357 SIG, and he'll let you know for sure. But I've never looked into that. That sounds like a fun and challenging build. I don't know. What do y'all think? I would like to know what the ballistics are out of like a 10.5 inch barrel. Um, uh, Moriarty Arms makes AR 357 SIG carbines. Nice, dude. That's what's up. Oh, he literally just posted that. Moriarty Arms has one, but they said it wouldn't guarantee PD round. Oh, personal defense rounds would run out of it. Damn. So you can't run jacketed hollow points out of it? That sounds pretty stupid. Just out of curiosity, what's making you go towards the 357 SIG PDW? Is it just because it's a hotter round, or maybe you can make an NFA lower work? They got all kinds of pistol caliber lowers. How do you mean? I'm not sure I understand. Ribbit. Ting Tang, what's up? I love my 6.5 Creedmoor. So I saw something, and it's really got me interested. Um, there is a 6.5 Creedmoor that I've heard that out of 12.5 inch a 12.5 inch barrel, you are getting great performance out of even a 12.5 inch barrel. Now I have been looking for something that I could pack in a small pack that was about 17.5 inches, because that's what most of like my SBRs, foldable pistols, the Keltec Sub 2000 is right around that when it's folded up. So I want something like that, but I want something that I could actually pop out and like reach out and touch something. So I saw this Christensen Arms, which if you guys know Christensen Arms, they are like Gucci tier carbon fiber wrap barrel, super light everything, $3,000 ARs, all that shit. And I found this shit. It is a bolt gun. It's a bolt action 6.5 Creedmoor, and it has a 12.5 inch barrel, but it has a Picatinny rail adapter on the back, and it has a folding brace. So this thing is about 17.5 inches. Now, once you throw glass on it, it's going to get a little bit bigger. But imagine having a literal, you know, sniper rifle, right? What people refer to it generally. Imagine having like a 600 plus yard gun that could fit in like a medium sized laptop case. Like that shit is fire to me. So I was looking at that, but that's like $2,300. Let me see. So bought a 357 SIG barrel out of it and never looked back. May have been interested in 10 mil, but I just happened to get into 357 SIG first. Now I have a few pistols and lots of ammo. Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, I mean that. Hey, more power to you, man. I honestly kind of took the same route with the 9 mil 5.56 7.62 by 39. Those are like my major calibers, and then of course I got other stuff like everything ranging from 22 LR to 380 ACP, 38 special to What else? Shit, I think that's basically it. 5.56, 7.62 by 39, and because I sold everything else that was like outside of those calibers, I sold. So 5.56, 7.62 by 39, and do I have any, what other rifle calibers do I have? Hold on, I'm thinking through my safes right now. Yeah, I mean, that's basically it. So, sorry, my bad. I'm thinking and talking at the same time. So 5.56, 7.62 by 39, and then 9 mil, 380, 38 special, 22 LR, and damn, bro, I think I got down to just those 6, which I'm totally fine with. Start reloading, and it doesn't cost nearly 175 a round. Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, bro, I've used um, 357 SIG to dispatch a wounded animal, and man, that round is zipping out of there. Like the idea behind that is great. I don't currently have a 308, and I don't currently have a 545. What's up, Indisneer? Um, yeah, I don't. Which I told you guys like a couple years ago, 2.5 years ago. I Oh, did I see Armitage in here? Hold on. Oh no. If you guys see Armitage, maybe we can connect him with Exercise and Freedom. Yeah, 6.5 Creedmoor and reloading go hand in hand. That's for sure. Yeah, no 545. I actually have never owned a 545 AK. All of my AKs were 7.62 by 39. And a lot of people, even though I own an AKS 74U, people are like, "What? How can you own an AKS 74U?" And I'm talking like it's an SBR, it's an Arsenal, 8.3-inch barrel, like totally legit. Like if you look at it, it is like that is a crink, right? But it's an Arsenal crank SLR 106 UR SBR in 5.56. So it runs the clear translucent Circle 10 magazines with a 5.56 out of an 8.3-inch barrel. But once you have an 8.3-inch barrel and that massive fireball and the massive loss of gas and energy and all that shit, you have to run a single baffle break on it. Like, right here. You got this little guy. You have to, now this isn't one of those like tap goes. This is an actual Bulgarian um, 24 by 1.5, I think it is, right hand thread. And this is a what people call a bell or a crink bell flash hider, uh, typically seen on AKS 74Us or most AK 74s. But and those have, the reason why this is like massively large is because those have the threads of the the muzzle threads integrated with the gas block as opposed to the actual barrel being threaded. Which, I mean, it's whatever, it's a big deal. But without having that single baffle right there, so right here, the gas stops and pushes back. And you really need it to push back for it to function reliably. Ruger GP100 is good. That's a good gun. And the GP100, man, they're coming out with a lot of stuff in from is that a 545 butt plug? This is actually a 556 butt plug for my AKS 74U, which a lot of people wouldn't even call it that. So they do use it on the M92. They use it on a lot of crinks. And, crink off is an American term that we dubbed those types of rifles. But the Serbian rifles and the Bulgarian rifles and the Russian rifles are actually all different, mainly because they come from different countries. But like I had, just as an example, right? So when things come from other countries, obviously there are going to be some slight differences. The M92 crink and the Bulgarian SLR 106 UR, which is the 5.56 AKS 74U. Geez, all the acronyms are probably making people like want to puke that don't know what we're talking about. KH Audio, what's up, man? What's up, Tactical Pineapple, by the way? Techno right, like 308 as well. I prefer it over my AR-15. I mean, the ballistics of 308 are like irrefutable. They are incredible. The penetration, the impact. P&W Woods. I'm getting some new folks up in here tonight. That's what's up, man. Good to have you guys. No, so the way I'm looking at it is like you got to kind of fall in love with like the AKs that are from different countries and find the cool things about them that are different because you got to appreciate these things. And one night, me and CRS Firearms were streaming and Matt Hoover, and somebody had said, I'm looking at getting an AK. I want to get either a Crink or a Draco. What's the difference? And I mean, someone that's not familiar with those platforms would be like, I can't really tell. If they're sitting right next to each other, they look nearly identical, right? But really, if you dive into it, it's like, okay, so let's just say we're looking at a Crink that's in 7.62 by 39 to make them at least caliber comparable, okay? So the Crink, whether it's a pistol or a rifle, doesn't matter. Well, SBR, because I want to go based off of the same barrel length. With the Crink, you're looking at a difference of, a true, whether it's Bulgarian or based off of the original Russian rear trunnion that has the side folder that locks into the side plate, and I mean a real, Tula style Crink stock, and you have a hinged dust cover, which people are like, oh, it's hinged. I agree, JC9, I agree, but the 5.56 one is fun. The hinged dust cover, like that, you don't need a hinged dust cover. Well, of course you don't need a hinged dust cover, but if you've ever had to pop open your AK in like a split second and you crack that thing open and it just goes like and sits right there for you, and then you do whatever you need to do, take out the guts, if a casing gets stuck in there, you throw a cleaning rod down there, pop, and then take it out, put the guts back in and just slam it shut, and then rack, and then go to work again. Like, it's money. Like, that thing's awesome. So you're looking at the difference of an 8.3-inch barrel versus a 12-inch barrel, 12 and a half inch barrel. I don't know if anyone truly knows what the Draco barrel is actually measured in, because, I mean, even looking at the importers and the manufacturers, I believe it's 12 inches, but I've heard everything from 11 and a half to 12 to 12 and a half. So whatever, I'll just say 12. What's up, Kimball? Good to see you, brother. What up, Shooting Gallery, New England? So then, of course, you have the Draco, where it's like, well, let me back up a little bit. So with the AKS 74U, an 8.3-inch barrel, you're going to be looking at, obviously less distance. You're going to be limited with your distance. Some people say that there's significant keyholing. I have not experienced any keyholing with the 8.3-inch 5.56. I do think, I agree, Joe Morris. I think it is 12 inches. I've even seen different, like when IOINC put those Hellcats or whatever, which, whatever. When they put those out, I think they said they were like 11 and a half or 12 and a half or something odd. But either way, so some people say there's keyholing. I haven't experienced that. I don't think that there's notable keyholing with the 5.45 in an 8.3-inch barrel, being that it was designed around that cartridge. What's up, Smash Time? Yeah, what's up, Smash Time? I used to keyhole with this chick from Thailand. Nice. But I mean, you are going to be limiting yourself with an 8.3-inch barrel. So, whatever. Safety Doc, what's up, man? CNT Designs, welcome. So then, you also go into the Draco, have, okay, the ability to put any AK furniture on it that I want, any standard AK furniture. So that's a benefit. You have a 12-inch 7.62 by 39 barrel, which, I mean, the Romanian military was, I don't know if they still are, but they were issued essentially full auto Draco underfolders. Um, when I got my Draco, so I got my Draco completely hard chromed, so the whole Draco is chromed, and I wanted to SBR it and put an underfolder on it, but to do that, I would have had to completely destroy all of the refinishing that. Shout out actually to Ford's Custom Gun Refinishing in Florida. They do incredible work. They've done a bunch of Glock slides and barrels for me. They did my AK. They do remarkable work. Like the detail is crazy. You pay for it, but it's great. Um, so man, somebody should come out with an underfolder brace like that. That would be perfect. Like an AK underfolder brace. So that way you can actually have like a pistol style AK with an underfolder that has like a piece of Velcro on it, essentially. Um, but anyway, back to this. So the way that pistols are imported over, the Dracos come right from Romania, and or yeah, Romania, yeah, that Romania. Because they're not susceptible to, or not susceptible, because they're not held to the 922R compliance, they actually come over 100% Romanian. So everything on it is Romanian, nothing on it is American. So it is the truest version of itself that you can get. Romanian trigger pack, Romanian, like a lot of the AKs that you get, like a Wasser is going to come with, a Tapco trigger or some type of American trigger, American furniture, an American magazine. And it's just cool to get the pistol shipped over and be like, wow, this is like nearly identical to what the Romanian military is being issued. Um, I would love to have a Draco C and throw a underfolder on that thing. And I actually went to, I don't remember if it was AIM Surplus or Apex or maybe Apex. I went there and I got an underfolding trunnion, an underfolder stock and kit and hardware and all that stuff. And I was going to do the conversion and then have it refinished again. But I was like, man, this is foolish. So for literally like 10 years, what's up, Chief and Keef? Welcome. So for like 10 years, I just left it in pistol configuration. Um, you can still get some good usage out of it with a nice sling. Um, and the chrome and plum, it's gorgeous. I love it. And honestly, you can do a good amount of work with a pistol style AK with a 12-inch barrel, even with no stock. 3D print and underfolding brace. Hell yeah, dude. Damn, that even if you just removed the rear part that's on the hinge and you removed it and made a brace, like maybe something that just comes to one point and then wrap Velcro around it, something like that, that would be dope. Um, I mean, you can take that thing out to, I wouldn't go much further than 100, maybe 100 and 150 absolute max. The cartridge goes way further than our eyes do. But I mean, yeah, I don't necessarily disagree with you. Um, but so being able to put whatever type of traditional AK furniture on it that you want is a good benefit. Having the ballistics of a 7.62 by 39 out of a 12-inch barrel is great, and being able to take any AK sight, like you could throw a tritium front sight in there. You can't do that in the Crink because the that custom, the unique front sight block combination with the threaded portion and all that. It's shorter where you put the sight in. I mean, honestly, you could just take a Dremel and yank um, maybe a quarter inch of it off, but traditional parts, right? You can just get any AK, bolt carrier, piston and all that, and just upgrade parts, triggers. So I mean, there's some benefits there, but there are a lot of differences between those two platforms. But if you laid them down to any novice, they'd be like, I don't get what the difference is. Um, Now the Draco, though, where I was going with it is after 10 years of it sitting in pistol configuration, I finally saw that PSA was making those triangular braces, and they made one in plum. It was super rare to get them, but when they would pop up and they'd be out of stock because I got all plum furniture. I got a bunch of Circle 10 Plum magazines, which, if you guys know, Circle 10, Kavar, Arsenal, they stopped importing those things in like, I don't know, '01, something like that. So for like 20 years or more, they have not been importing those into the country. So when you find them, they're typically like $200 to $300 each. They're like market price, whatever people will pay for them. One Plum magazine will go for several $100s. So I got a 10 rounder Plum, which is kind of cool, actually. Keeps it compact. A 30 rounder in Plum and a 40 rounder in Plum. The 40 rounder is super, super rare, super unique. And then, of course, I got a bunch of, black Circle 10 waffle mags. But the coolest is that I actually have chrome mags as well for the Draco. John Rice, what's up, man? Let me try to catch up on chat a little bit. Yeah, see, I've never built an AK. Like for me, like I've been present when others were building AKs, and just watch the amount of just sheer like hard work that goes into that, man. And I thought this SIG 320 build, drilling through, you know, all that hardened steel. I thought that shit was hard, but God, man, like the amount of work that goes into an AK build, that shit is no freaking joke, man. I respect that. Like all you guys that build AKs, Babyface P, well, I imagine you don't want me yelling out that you're cranking out AKs in your garage. So all you guys that build AKs, I got mad respect for y'all. And I've heard of people using crazy tools like somebody said they were using like a steering wheel remover tool to pull like populated barrels out of I don't know. It's way further than I've ever gone with that platform. That platform, I can pop the dust cover off. I can take all the guts out of it. I can take the gas tube off. I can, change the furniture with my bare freaking hands and all that. But anything beyond that, you know, I'm basically worthless. But I did take an 8mm drill bit and drill right through the center of the rear trunnion of my Draco, the chrome one, which I certainly did not want to jack up. And I installed an adapter plate, which is similar to this one is for the Scorpion. This one is from Safety Harbor Firearms. Shout out to Walter at Safety Harbor. He's got awesome stuff. This one is for the Scorpion, so you can pop off. I got the factory stock adapter with the factory stock arm with an adapter on it to take the whatchamacallit, the oh my god, I'm drawing a blank. The Gearhead Works tailhook. And I've been running that thing, and that thing is a beast with the binary trigger. It just runs, man. Once you get that cadence right, dude, it is like a straight subgun. You are just raining brass. Literally, a 30-round mag you can dump in 3 seconds or less. They're a beast. You run a can on that, man, just wow, it's running so freaking fast. It's sick. Yeah, tail hook. The fail hook. But it is dope though. I like the tail hook. I think it's a good way to integrate the factory stock arm with a brace that's actually usable in several different ways. Um, Cadence was a great movie. I've never watched a movie named Cadence, but thank you. I'll look into it. So I got one of these from Safety Harbor because I want to support Walter and Safety Harbor Firearms, and installed it. And the black on the chrome was just like, it don't look right, right? So I'm sitting here with an AK that's chrome and got plum furniture on it, plum handguards, plum magazine, plum grip. It's even got plum paracord on it for a sling attachment. And I was like, putting this black adapter on it just looks so like off, even though there's a little bit of black hardware on the plum folding brace. So I was like, all right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my adapter and I'm going to, obviously clean it up, hit it with some gun scrubber and all that. Then I think I ended up just washing it with Dawn, completely removed all the oils, and I prepped it for paint. I took the Brownells Alumahide. Yep, Barry knows what's up. But I kind of went one step above. Yes, they do, Robert. Absolutely, they do. They've gotten some new Picatinny shit that came out recently that is like pure fire. So I took the Brownells stainless gray. So it looks really stainless-y, chrome-y, if you will. And I doused it, did, my first coat, and it was kind of grayish, and then did a second coat, and it had like a stainless look to it. So I installed that, and you like looking at it visually, you cannot tell a difference between the transition from the hard chrome receiver to the adapter. And then I just put the plum folding brace on there, and now I have a much more usable platform that is much more better. By the way, guys, it was recommended to me tonight that I should allow for a Discord call-in. So if maybe at the hour mark, if you guys want to do a Discord call-in, let me know. Type something funny in the comments. Type Dick Cheese if you want me to do a Discord call-in, and type no if you don't want me to. SLR gang, hell yeah. SLR everything. SLR 106. Well, what kind of SLR are we talking about? We talking about like SLR like Arsenal, or SLR like the Gucci AR and AK accessories and shit like that? Okay, so he said yes, I added their fixed stock to mine. So hold on. So which one are we talking about here? Let me go back. Dick Cheese. Run it, Dick Cheese, DLD, or is it DLD Dick Cheese? Yeah. Hold up. SLR gang. So Robert, which one are we talking about? Yes, I added their fixed stock to mine. Oh, the Chrome Draco's the sexy. Yes, it is. I don't know why, man, but every time if I bring that out anywhere, it gets a lot of attention. But when I posted a video on it, it got like no fucking attention. We got 60 people in here now. If all y'all went to go watch the Chrome Draco, I think it's still up. It should be still up. You know what? I'll do another short on the Draco. GKT11, what's up, man? Hammer down. I don't know. We haven't spoken in months, so yeah, I can't tell you. From what I understand, after he got the issues worked out with his medication and stuff, he was doing better. He was healthier. His organs were no longer failing, because I mean that's literally what was happening. But aside from that and what he said, I can't speak on it. I just don't know. We don't talk anymore, unfortunately. Gold Draco, yeah, dude. Gold though is like cool to look at, but for functionality, hard chrome is where it's at. And I'll tell you where I got the idea from. So I was looking through a bunch of pictures of AKs, and I ended up looking through. It was like literally a Google search. I was looking through all the shit, and I came across these like wooden crates that were cracked open that just had AKs just like lined up, like you see, like crates of Mosins and shit like that. And I look, ooh, that would be dope, Joe Morris, because that's beautiful and usable. Yeah, Armitage got it going on. Oh, there he is right there. There's Armitage. So Armitage and where is he? Exercise and Freedom. You guys got to connect. Armitage, Exercise and Freedom is building an AR PDW pistol caliber carbine in 357 SIG, and y'all should connect somehow, even if you just talk amongst yourselves in the comments. So I saw this picture, and it was a picture of chrome AKs, like polished chrome. Now mine's like hard chromed. It's different. It's not as reflective, and it's, you don't get any glare in your line of sights. The parts that are flat are a little more shiny, but the parts that are rounded are like frosty, right? It's got this like kind of texture to it, which is super cool. And in the picture, I saw the chrome AKs, and then I saw gold AKs in this one crate, and it looked like they were actually seized, which is, sucks because they're beautiful. Um, and they had blue furniture. So they were like wooden furniture that had been like sanded and stained this beautiful royal blue. I bet I can find the picture. Hold up. Now I got to show y'all. So when I saw that, I was like, Jesus, this is like one of the most beautiful AKs I've ever seen. And they had like medallions that were like stamped in the grips and all this stuff. And you see like a bunch of, chrome AKs, people that Cerakote them with, silver and all that stuff. And it's just not the same. And then, yeah, hold on, I'll find it. And then you see like a while back, like Atlantic Firearms, I think it was selling some chrome AKs, but they left like some things black. And like if you're gonna do hard chrome, ooh, there's one. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. Okay, so this is a different. Here we are. Okay, so I got a close up of the joint, and I got. Hold on. Chuck Norris, what's up, man? All right, hold on. I'm sharing it right now. So I'm usually not like, okay, like shiny stuff is cool, right? Let me see if I can click on this and get a bigger picture. Um, I'm sure this website is going to get me on some type of watch list, but this was what I saw. I mean, the gold ones are dope, right? But when I saw this, I was like, dude, it's like navy blue, gorgeous furniture with medallions in it, and it is just like straight chrome. So that's when I was like, okay, I want a chrome AK. And I actually had them price out a gold AK too, but I was like, man, if it's not functional, I'm not going to get it. That's stupid. Can y'all even see what I'm talking about here? Hold up. Oh no, because it opened up another page. Hold on. My bad, y'all. I'm sitting here talking about shit that's not even on the fucking screen. Goddamn. All right, we'll be doing the dick cheese in a minute, y'all. We'll do a Discord call in. Now, keep in mind, though, I am going to screen share, so your usernames may pop up. I'll try to hide them the best I can, but actually, yeah, I could screen share and then just if I hide it, it'll mute it. I'll figure it out. I'll do my best, but know that your username may pop up. So if you're cool with that, then. do it. If not, then don't. So, okay, so here it is. It's a little bit of a closer, bigger pic of the crate of Alpha Kilos, and that's when I fell in love with the idea of the Chrome AK, right? So I'm going to show you a close-up of the Chrome one, and I've actually never seen this picture until today. So this one, of course, it's Pinterest. No, let me see if I can zoom. Hold up. There we go. Come on, babe. Come on, baby. It's all off-centered and shite. Yeah, it's because I'm zooming and I'm not freaking basically a paywall. Well, that's as good as we're going to get today, guys. But oh my God, it's not screen sharing. Bro. Dude, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm tripping. I should know now that when I open up another page that it doesn't screen share to you, but hold please. There we are. Okay, is this showing? There we go. So that's a closer look, right? So that's when I saw it and I fell in love and I was like, okay, I am doing a Chrome AK. And I was like, I'm going to do like navy blue furniture, not like royal blue. I thought was too much, right? Now, while all you guys are in here, we're talking about this shit, right? We're talking about stupid shit that doesn't matter, right? Like a Chrome AK is not going to save your life. I mean, it could, right? But it's not going to be like the thing that I grab. It's a show piece. It's a show and tell piece. It's like why in the fuck would you ever chrome an AK? And well, because why the fuck not? That's why. I do, so I do have a Polish underfolder. That thing is straight fire. I can run that thing like a champ. A lot of people complain about the underfolders, man, but I love them. I think they're awesome. Awesome. Yeah, no, why wouldn't you? So it doesn't really give you any true like benefit, right? If you are going to put more money into a firearm, it would be advantageous to get some type of net result other than, wow, that's pretty. Let me get caught up on chat here. Why the F not? Hard chrome is hella durable. It is. So I couldn't even tell you how many thousands of rounds through it. And I got people, my Glocks too, the Glocks that they did the hard chrome job on, people are like, you got 10,000 rounds for this Glock? It looks brand fucking new. That hard chrome is no joke. That's true. See, Sport Brand knows what's up. It's funny when you're like trying to talk yourself into shit. You're like, man, but if I'm ever near salt water, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to be glad I hard chromed this Draco. Boy, mate, that's a charm of a patient. Yes, it is. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but it's fun as hell. I know. And I know like you guys understand like yeah, you got like your stack of these and your stack of those if you need to, for some crazy reason like go to war. You got your gear and like my gear is not set up for 7.62 by 39 AK mags, right? Like my gear is not set up for, whatever the fuck like, whatever prize gun or treasure gun. Um there's a difference between things that you admire and I still run it. I run the piss out of that thing, but some are tools and some are things to be admired that also still happen to function as tools. Three covert weapons: pen, hammer, belt, or a hammer pin belt. Huh? Don't know how Covert hammer is. Unless you got those old school super cool jeans with the little loop in them, you could drop that joint in there. I'll tell you, I was at Home Depot and I found this little hammer holder that that you slide your belt through it and all that. And I was like, bro, I could open carry freaking one of those like long ass like gangster freaking what do you call them? They're kind of hammer. God, I'm drawing a blank, but it's like the size of a hatchet, but it's a hammer and heavy as hell. And I was like, shit, I could actually rock my hatchet in that joint. So I was tempted to literally buy a piece of like tactical gear from Home Depot, but I'll take anything from anywhere. I'm not picky. I want to be close enough to cover your mouth. Absolutely. My weapons are my culture. My weapons don't look like weapons. So that's another interesting thing. So having covert weapons and throwaway weapons, in my opinion, is very important. There are a lot of things that you can use as weapons that may not appear so. Maybe, you know what? Framing hammer. There you go, Bob. You know what's up. I practice. That's my purse. I don't know you. Show me on the doll where he touched you. Key ASC. Um, that's oh dude, I don't know if you guys saw, there's a YouTube short where a dude was like doing the like, like, drawing and like holstering and like, doing his thing. He's like getting ready to go out and he's getting ready and he's like hyping. He's like, see, if I was in a situation, it'd be like this. It'd be like, like, oh, you see what I'm saying? And his girl was recording him while he did it. So he's walking around his room. He's like, like, see what I'm saying? Got that Glock, baby. He's like, oh, like a sub 2 second draw. Oh, and he looks and he sees she's recording. He's like, yo, come on. Like, you did that to yourself, dog. You did that to yourself. But it was funny though. Yeah, I mean, some like covert weapons, I would like to actually do like a whole episode dedicated to completely like the conversation be covert weapons. And there are a lot of like production covert weapons, like not necessarily things that need to be handmade, but there are a lot of you know weapons that are covert that can be handmade. So something like this looks very unassuming until you pop the cap off and there's a titanium spike in it. Something like now this one looks a little more right. Like this is pretty neat. Dang it! See that says y'all trash Chinesium. I'm just kidding. This bottle opener is great. It's a little ouchy. It should be wrapped in like paracord or something, but then that would make it ugly and not as cool. If you think that you can get your keys in this, use it as a keychain, and then use it, you're tripping because your keys are going to be bundled up in your hand and they're going to crush. Like if you've ever used brass knuckles or a knuck or a double knuck, I have another double knuck up here. Also, pure Chinesium. Um, but I mean, they are strong and durable and yeah, that would hurt, but remember, it also hurts you a little bit too. But it hurts them a lot more. Just practice with them. Go punch shit with them. Um, the other one I got is a double knuck. It goes in the middle, and the whole top is like a comb of. They're not spikes. They're like dull. Like think of getting like punched with like steel with like 12 rivets on it, like high set rivets. That's that's ouchy. People will try to fight you if you have a knife or hand weapon, but they won't fight you if you have a piece of shit in your hand. That's true. I mean, honestly, if you get in a situation, the first thing to do is expose yourself. and then run towards them. And as your package is like flopping as you're running towards them, they're like, what do I do? It can put you in a compromising situation if they grab your genitals, but hey, it is a tactic. By the way, this is all satirical. I don't give advice, so don't do that. Don't do that. Imagine that, like, I can't pull my pants down because my handgun would fall out, my extra magazine would fall out, and then my knife would fall out, then my flashlight would fall out, then my hot sauce would fall out. And I'm not fucking around. Like, dude, every day, like I'm in literal sweatpants right now, okay? And got 43X right there with 15 rounds in it. Got magazine number 2 right here. Got the magazine carrier right here, which I guess I can like show you guys all the stuff. That's the 43X and magazine number 2, magazine carrier, which I know this is a dog shit magazine carrier. Waiting on my JX Tactical Fat Guy holster. And yes, call me a bitch. I carry the hot sauce. And you know what? If I have an opportunity where, I need somebody to get away or I need to get away, and it's not at the level of needing to use bimetal pepper spray, then, God forbid if I have to, I'll use that. But the go-to is the blade. Now, all y'all know, for the people that have been part of this channel for the last year, you know what knife I carry. I carry the Cold Steel Black Talon 2 with a crazy, but I mean, it would rip and unzip and just destroy if, God forbid, you ever had to use it in that event. But I switched knives this evening, and I'm going to be a little embarrassed to show this, but hey, I'm going to be honest. I have a tiny little Kershaw. But I mean, hey, anything works, and I actually like small knives as well. I find them to be very effective, and the more sneaky one could be in a self-defense situation, which I'm not encouraging anyone to go use knives on people. Where the fuck is my stream light? Woo! I was gonna say, hold up. And then I got my stream light. Which one is this? This is it's the micro stream. It's the stylus, but it's like the 250 or 300 lumen version. It's dope, and you can actually hone in the beam too. It's pretty sick. Okay, I'm going with a naked tactic at home and the dog's help. Yeah, there you go, man. Naked with a baseball bat. Bear spray. Hold on. Bear spray isn't as strong. I've heard that. I don't know if you guys know this, but there are regulations on the hot sauce. I have another hot sauce over there that's on my rig that actually has CS gas in it too. So it's the oleo capsicum resin and CS gas, which is a bad day. And it was like $11, and the can is like this big. But for something that is intended to be used on animals, there are more restrictions. So bear spray really isn't more effective. It's just more overwhelming because of the volume of spray, right? If you hit somebody with a little squirt gun X across their face, then they're going to be like, ow, right? But if you, cloud their whole shit, they're going to be overwhelmed and completely covered in OC. So, but I've not given up, and I do still really like the idea of an OC/CS grenade, maybe even an OC grenade that is propelled by a non-explosive, because of like destructive devices and stuff. You don't want to get into that without following all of the rules, laws, regulations, restrictions, and sanctions. But, you know, that would be dope. I also think that you could, and I've mentioned this before, but I think you could take a smoke bomb using like potassium nitrate and sugar, making your smoke mixture, and getting these OC pellets and like layering them in there, so that way the smoke bomb, like when the smoke comes out, so I don't believe this would be a destructive device, and I haven't really looked into this at all, but the smoke would actually contain OC in it as well. So you could fog out a whole house, like in a tactical situation, if you needed to. Gerchop, what's up, motherfucker? Okay, so let's go ahead and get the cheese dick moment on Gerchop. This one's for you, player. Go ahead, drop that beat. Just kidding. So I am going to go ahead and log into the Discord, and I'll get some people in voice chat, get some other conversations going in here, and have some peeps from the community. So for all you guys in here, if you don't want your actual username to show, then go in and change the username that is displayed, and I'll give you a few minutes before we stream that. So let me pull this up. We'll do our Discord call in and get all you guys. Oh, fuck. I got to re-log in. Hold on. Hold up. Maybe not. All right, hold up. No tinks. Oh, damn. I got a grip load of messages. Yeah, my bad, y'all. For you guys that like hit me up on Discord, I'm sorry. I suck at Discording. Damn. Hey, and actually, I'm going to do this. Sport, I'm going to send you an email. And if you could share those links periodically, that would be helpful. Hold on. There we go. Okay, so boom. Okay, give me 1 second, y'all. All right, so I'm emailing it to you now, because if I share it, then I am Dirt. I'm gonna email them to you as well. If you guys could drop them from time to time, that would be super gangster. So these are affiliate links. I have a Brownells affiliate link, a JSD Supply affiliate link, which you can literally get 80%ers for like $69 right now, and also an affiliate link with HCM holsters for all your high quality Kydex needs. If you want a super dope multi camo wrapped HCM holster, you can do that. If you want a Louis Vuitton IWB appendix holster, AIWB appendix holster, you can do that. Did you know that if you wanted a Gucci Kydex holster, you can do that? If you wanted a Deadpool holster for your 43X, like I do with an ulti clip, they do that, and they do it well. So the mods will drop these in there, and I'm going to go ahead and bleep, get into voice chat, and anybody that comes in here within the next few minutes will go on stream. Maybe we should post in the Discord too that, yeah, I'm going to post real quick. We are doing a Discord call-in on the live stream. So don't go in the voice chat unless you want to be live on YouTube. at everyone. And now. All right, so I'll actually. Okay, so I'll give you all a few minutes if anybody wants to jump in. Remind dudes on VC to mute, no echo. See, good point. Hey, the end is near. Beware. I will actually send you a pic real quick. I finished the 320, and man, that build was a bear, dog. It was intense, but it was good. I mean, it was a serious learning opportunity, and for anybody at like drilling through hardened steel is way more difficult than drilling through that polymer that we're used to with other 80s. So keep that in mind. But the MUP 1 is, I think the MUP 1 is also at like $69 as well. Oh, Dirt, thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Dark, have you populated the MUP? Yes. So it is, I have one that is complete. Oh, Gurchop is coming. Stop playing. OG Blue. Dude, it's so funny, Gurchop. You missed it earlier in the stream. Like when I first started, I saw a new username, and I was like, if Gurchop were here, he would say, "Who even is you, SA?" And you're saying the exact same thing. DLD sharpen drill bits, but I know, it took me a little bit, but I did sharpen them with a file, and I got through them up. I used, I don't think I have it right here. Yeah, I got it right here. I used my literal DeWalt, and for my cutting oil, I used Aegis, which if you use code DARK, you save 15% off. Just saying. And they got a whole kit. So yeah, no. So being able to use lube, like firearm lube for cutting oil, was a game changer, and it also smelled really good. So that was fun. And hold on. All right, so dang, no one's getting in voice chat, bro. Dang. Okay, it's like that, y'all. Hey, you mofos were telling me to do the Discord call in, so okay. All right, we may skip it if we don't have anybody that's wanting to play. Always be selling. I mean, I ain't really selling. Like I don't get anything for that. I don't get anything for people using code DARK. If you guys do use any of the affiliate links, yes, there is a small, very small um, um, percentage that you get like per transaction. But just to give you guys like an idea, over the last like 6 months of pumping JSD supply, I've gotten like $200, which I just told them like, hey, just send me gun parts. And they're like, okay, cool. Oh, I got 2 people. Okay, hold on. Oh, nice. Okay, we got 3.
I think we were supposed to hit the G, but
hey
for
there.
obvious reasons, they don't want to call it the G variant.
Yeah.
Like transgenders to me.
I can recommend a therapy for you here.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what's up, dog?
What's going on, player? All right, let me see a way that I can do this. That do you guys care if your usernames are shown? Okay, cool. Let me see.
I'm just turning down the computer there. Is no echo on your end?
I have 0 echo, but there may be some echo. Okay, all right. I think I got it. Give me 1 second. Oh shucks. Yeah, it'll.
Are we doing cams or not?
If you want to. I mean, you don't have to.
I got I left one of my I left my webcam at a friend's because we were doing D&D and we had some people who were Discord. But I do have the PlayStation Eye.
That works. Ooh, we got Joe Morris ballsing up with the cam.
Smoking baked doinks out here in the Amish.
Corn pops. All right, I'm going to share it and then go full screen. I'm going to have to take off my headphones to do this. So you guys in the stream, you may experience some echo. We are bringing in the Discord live so you guys get to actually interact with our peeps. Get in, Chop. Come on, Chop. Come on, Poke Chop. Oh, Poke Chop, don't do it, Poke Chop. All right, hold up. Actually, let's see if they can hear the audio. Could you guys go do an audio check for me?
Audio check 1, mic check 1.
This looks horrible. I love it.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Hold on.
Dude, this is a good idea, guys.
So check, you can call me CZ75.
Hell yeah. Dude, it's funny because like with the echo. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna mute and then y'all do. All right, do one more. Hold on. One more
CD
mic check, y'all.
Check, check.
Hello, this is me.
Hello,
1, 2.
me. Not much.
1, 2.
Yeah, it's the so you guys are getting an echo because of me, not them.
Probably me. You switch to Bluetooth.
It's echoing into my ear is echoing into my mic, so it's all good. All right, so I'm gonna mute while y'all's foe or y'all's three chat, and then when I jump in, I'll just unmute and whatnot. So yeah, so welcome everybody. Thank you for coming. What would you like the topic to be?
Bro, whatever, I guess.
Whatever, I guess, is a good topic. What about you, Mr. Mo?
Oh, man. Everything's good in West Virginia, buddy. It's always good in the best Virginia.
Oh, don't even go there, man. You know,
West Virginia, best Virginia.
you know, Virginia is much better than West Virginia.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
they don't say almost heaven, Iowa. They don't say almost heaven, Texas.
They don't
That's
say
all I'm-
heaven, almost West Virginia. It's just,
What's funny is me and my friends were actually talking about, like, okay, so I said this stupid thing in high school that my friends never let me live down. My friend was talking about how he wanted to visit one of his friends, but he couldn't because so we're in Oklahoma, like southern Oklahoma. And he said, man, I want to visit my friend that I play with online, but he lives in Vermont. And because I guess Vermont had never been brought up that much, I stupidly said, what state is Vermont in?
what state is Vermont in? Well,
It's because it's one of those states you just never hear about. So I'm like,
it's
okay.
New England. It's up there.
Yeah, it's I think it's in Canada actually.
And then I was like, why is it called North Carolina if it's in the South? And I'm like, oh, wait, because it's no. Okay, that makes sense. And then I'm like, okay, they got Virginia and then West Virginia. It's on the East Coast. Why is it? Because it's west of Virginia. Okay, yeah, that makes okay.
So KSC says, damn, you got a song about where you live too?
Yes, we do. Does Virginia have a song? I don't think they do.
Yeah, we only have a state flag of a patriot standing on the corpses of tyrants. That's all.
Based?
Yes. Well, at least you got the fucking Governor Northam, man.
Yeah,
you don't have like the flag with like a bunch of dead babies on it anymore. That's good.
Ooh. Now that is true, but he is not our governor anymore.
Dude, it's harsh, but it's true. It's horrible.
No, I know, but I mean, like we actually do have a new governor that is firearm friendly.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. My uncle was thrilled.
Yeah, dude, it was. And look, I I know I've shared this before that like I typically don't jump into the whole politics conversation because like I don't believe that there is a politician that could save us. I don't believe that there's a president
No.
that could save us, and I think they were so far gone that anybody that's in politics is going to be crooked and corrupt. However,
Yeah,
on the state
but there
level,
are bad actors.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
for sure, there are maybe worse actors. I think that on a you know um, I guess more like hyper local level, you have state and local, we'll call it politics, that are less, I don't know, that directly affect you more, right? Like the firearm laws, them outlawing private transactions in Virginia, like the things that they were trying to pass, like, dude, it was nuts. It was pure tyrants doing tyrant things. Um,
Yeah, I think what's really funny is that I talk in
Up,
the
Dirk?
office that I work in. Hello, and some of the other friend groups that I'm in. They're like, dude, you should go into politics just because I know a lot of what a lot of words mean. And I'm like, have you heard what this political figure is doing? This totally violates blah 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 blah, and they can't even do it. It's not even going to pass the House, or it's not going to pass the Senate. Blah blah blah. And they're like, dude, you should go into politics. I'm like, no, I hate politics, but I love to argue.
yeah,
I love to argue, but I hate.
All right, going to law for sure.
that's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say. Yeah, you go into
Slip
litigation.
and fall. Give me a call.
Yeah.
Slip and
I'm-
fall.
I'm-
Better call Saul.
I don't
Yeah.
I don't think I'm ever because I'm doing safety, like occupational health and safety. So yeah, I gotta be the dude that everybody well, no, you don't have to be.
No,
There's a-
man. No, that's fine. That's cool. At least somebody with a level head's doing that shit.
Yeah.
Usually, scaredy cats.
Big
Yeah.
thing. The culture where I work, it's
Mm.
a really big thing. I mean, we call each other on safety every day. We're like, hey, why
It's
the
like,
hell
bro,
you
you're
come
running the
here?"
lathe, man. Watch your eyes. Or it's like
Yeah.
something like that. Because you gotta be a charismatic figure if you're gonna be like a safety manager, or if you're gonna be on the floor, you gotta know your guys. Because they're not gonna be too happy about some college boy walking in being like, oh well, I've been doing this job longer than you've been alive. And it's like, well, yeah, but I still gotta make sure everybody's
Yeah, but
doing
if
their thing.
you fuck up and I report you, then guess what? You're not going to job
We'll
anymore.
see what happens
Yeah.
if your arm gets ripped out, dude. That'll be fun.
Oh yeah. But
Yeah.
here's the deal is that you kinda and I guess I won't know until I get out actually into the field and stuff like that. Cause I mean I'm about to graduate, so that's cool. But you gotta play your steps careful.
Yeah.
We lost your audio, or you.
No, it just
We got
got faint. He's back.
Yeah.
Echo cancellation or something.
Probably. Is it quiet? Because I may just need to unplug and plug
Yeah,
back
you're
in.
good now.
All right, okay. Yeah, no. What's funny is that my one of my safety professors, oh, he's a cool dude. He was actually, I think he'd been doing it for 20 something years before he became a professor, and he's still relatively young, I think. But he had the story about how he almost got jumped behind a job trailer because he was let's just say the first safety guy, I think it was the safety manager or something like that, at the toolbox talk. Everybody hated him. His name was Chuck. And so they thought that because he was like the apprentice or the shadow of Chuck, they thought he was going to be just like him. So they kind of made subtle threats that were kind of threats, but you know. But luckily he played in a band at a dive bar, so he got them in for free, and he learned why they hated him, and then they eventually didn't hate him. And he's like, wow, I hate Chuck. But eventually Chuck fell into some not set concrete, and he got like chemical burns on a lot of his body.
What?
Yeah,
So-
it'll do it.
Yeah.
Dude,
It'll get-
And he'd been hyping up this Chuck story. He'd been saying that he was going to tell the class, and I was like, after every single class, which I think was like Tuesday, Thursday, or something like that, I'd walk up after class and I'd be like, "Hey, when are you gonna tell the Chuck story?" And he's like, "Well, whenever we get to like pulling Crete and stuff like that, we'll get to that." And I'm like, "Okay." And I didn't know why. Do what?
Did he like? How did he reveal it? Just
So he didn't tell the story until we got to like concrete and stuff like that. A lot of the stuff that goes into pouring concrete, because it was construction safety. He taught construction and systems that semester. So I was in construction and systems at the same time. So it was basically, we were going like, this is what some different safety professionals do on construction sites. This is what you have to do. You as an owner of a company or a business, you have to provide PPE. Talking about OSHA fines, what to do when OSHA comes knocking, because they will come knocking if a lot of things happen. But the reason he waited until the concrete story is because of how the story ended. It was a kind of a long story, but not a real, because he condensed it down. He's a lot more fluent with his tongue than I am when it comes to conveying information. But long story short, what I told you happened. So it makes sense why he waited for the concrete thing. So
That does lend him a bit of credibility, like shit's dangerous, yo.
Yeah, there's documentation of it. What do they call those? I forget what they call those. Freaking
OSHA recordables.
No. Just the documentation you have on site for each chemical and
the safety SDS safety data sheet.
Yeah, safety.
The safety data sheet.
Yes, it's safety data sheets. Yeah, we talk about those at work. You got them, and you review them when you're new, but you very rarely, review them afterwards. Yeah,
because like the general consensus is, don't fall into a vat of this stuff. I would assume is the general consensus.
Well, that's my
like
question.
how long you can keep something mixed in like a freaking a non OEM bottle where you like transfer it to a small container and all that other garbage.
So you said that he got chemical burns. You said he got chemical burns from the concrete?
Oh, wet concrete. Yeah. Wet
Oh
concrete.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
I had no idea.
Oh my god, that's what they did to freaking Andy No, dude. They freaking chemical milkshaked him. They concreted him and freaking he had like stuck concrete on his skin. It was burning his skin.
I don't know if it's because I would assume it's concrete. It's an exothermic reaction. It makes a lot of heat, but it's more of like a chemical thing because of it was something like there's a lot of base compounds in that, and it just like burns your skin. Yeah.
And most of the stuff, I don't know what field that you plan to go or what you're going into safety, but through what industry. I work for the electric power industry, and most of our SDSs have to do with cleanup materials for oil and stuff like that. I mean, that's what most of it revolves around, and it's there's different stuff for different job sites, but stuff you would encounter in a power plant or you would encounter on, like, if you had a transformer start freaking purging oil, you would have to deal with cleanup there, stuff like that.
The truth be told, I kind of want to work in McAllister. That is where the ammunition manufacturer is.
Ooh, yeah. Give me a hookup on some FMJs and some JHPs. Ooh,
yes.
Yeah.
There's something else in McAllister. It escapes me. What's the other big industry there?
I don't know if it's construction. McCarthy. I don't know if McCarthy does a lot of construction there. But
why don't you get a company at it, like an FEL, like a federal explosives licensed dealer, to where you can actually like play with explosives? That'd be awesome. I mean,
I want to get my SOT. I want to get my SOT really bad so I can open up the sketchy part of deterrence dispense.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean, and not have to worry about the feds on my back.
What's that?
I mean, there's.
They're gonna be
sample.
Yeah,
you have your shit together.
Yeah, I mean, there.
But
so you'll always have, they'll always be on your back because not discouraging anyone from not getting like an 0702 SOT or anything like that's like the way. And you have to move guns. If you don't move product, then they shut down your business for you. Like if you if you've sold no firearms but you have like 7 sample machine guns, they're gonna be like, okay, all right, something's going on.
Well, if they're company machine guns, right? If they're not because they can't be mine. They got to be the company's.
Well, you know, the owner of the company.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but the
The
samples are there
trust.
for samples to show and to try to like market to law enforcement. And
Yeah, and you
know,
still
the-
got to
the-
do
the
paperwork. For
easiest way to get around it would just be like to start manufacturing cans because you can sell those.
Yeah,
Those,
can sell all day.
yeah,
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
dirt cheap.
those you could sell.
Dirt. cheap.
That'd make testing a lot of stuff for deterrence suspense really easy. You know, that'd be pretty cool. I got a whole bunch of land too, which is really fun because whenever I actually drop a couple hundos on ammo over a couple of months, and I actually go out and I get to fire them off at targets or whatever. So we shoot in some of my videos. I shoot into like what looks like a hill. That's actually a pond. Like beyond that is like a pond because it's like a little basin. And what's really neat about that is that it's facing away, or over that hill is facing away from like property, so it's just pasture. So in the very rare occasions where I think we've only had it happen once, but I think a shot went like over the berm or whatever. But I mean, it didn't really matter in the sense that there was nothing for miles behind it. So, it's a pretty big hill too. But we got a lot of land to do a bunch of fun stuff.
That's what I need, man. That's
Hell yeah.
One of the things that I'm missing, I'd say, with my channel is I've never done like live shooting on the channel.
Mm.
No range time, yeah.
Yeah, and for me, it's like, okay, I had 11 acres. Me and my buddy built a range, out to almost like 70-ish yards. We had everything. We had gongs. We had steel silhouettes. We had, shit hung up on shepherd's hooks. We had, like the play range shit, the ting 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 targets, like I forgot what they're called. The wheel. We had the skeet machine with the pedal. We
Nice.
had all that shit. And
Oh wait, the Texas Star.
not the Texas
You know what the place-
Star. It was the right to left one. Trying to think of the name.
Dueling tree.
Dueling tree. Yeah, thank you. And honestly, like, there was nothing better than just going out and being able to like put my headphones in and play music as like hearing protection, and just like go to town. Like when it was snowing, like snow's falling on my barrel, and like in the mud, dirt, and just like running around, moving, shooting, running and gunning, and it's dope, man. I
think it's
had a blast.
I think it's funny you bring up hearing protection, and so the college that I go to, it's not like a really large campus, but it's not like small either. It's a pretty good sized one, but everybody knows all the professors, and if you hang out with the professors enough, they'll know you by name and stuff. So basically, all the professors in my college know that I print guns and I make guns and stuff.
Nice.
So I was talking to this one professor, and I was showing her the pipe shotgun that I made and the 3D printed AR, and she was like, "Why aren't you wearing earmuffs?" Because given I wear my earplugs pretty deep because I mean they're easy to get a grip on and pull out. So
yeah,
which is something that I don't ever do. Do you remember our little conversation? But
I've gone to double ear pro. I've gone to double ear pro lately.
Yeah. And that's what she said. I said, "Oh, I'm wearing earplugs. They're just like deep in my ear." And she goes, "Oh, you should be wearing like." She wasn't being like sassy or snarky or rude about it. She was like, "You should be wearing like double ear pro." Oh, I love that. All right, okay. Well, never mind. Forget everything that I was saying. I want in on this.
I can't zoom in just on
2 P90s they behind me.
Yeah.
Fairchild out here rocking and rolling.
Oh, got the North American Arms, little PWEDC.
Is that a
PWEDC?
Whoa, bro,
Yeah.
bro, if this is on YouTube, you better not hold any of those. My God, Susan will strike you down with the might of all
with the vengeance.
With all of Google's power.
Hold on, let me show you something, Fairchild.
Oh my God.
Whoopsie daisy.
Oh, how did that happen?
You got the true PW EDC. I don't know if you can see this if you're looking on
That
YouTube.
that is the one. I mean,
Yeah.
if there was ever going to be one, that's the one.
Yeah, this is the prison wallet everyday carry. And prison
Uh-huh.
wallet everyday carry, booty hole carry.
Oh.
And even that little spur trigger, that's like a fucking sphincter hook, man. That gets you.
Yeah, you
Every
got to
time.
take
Every time.
one of those like those plastic like valve stem covers. Like maybe you could just like rock one over that, just for like ease.
Yeah. Or like a little rubber, like a vacuum freaking cap for like a car or something. You put one over there.
Maybe just melt some wax on it.
Maybe just encase it in wax and then just bust it off.
Ooh, rubber. Melt a Hogue grip and then drip it on there, right? But
drip.
I do have a story. Drip.
That Hogue drip, bro.
That Hogue drip. Well, I do have a story of a friend of mine actually, that had to use two firearms in self-defense. It's kind of a long story, but I think it's important because people don't take these kinds of things into consideration. I always say, like, I carry all the time, and I used to carry when I was out. Then something clicked when I saw a bunch of videos of people kicking in the door of homes, and like dudes with like a whole gun room, like me, where I got a whole room dedicated to the shit, and I'm upstairs with nothing on me, nothing in reach, right? And it just kind of made me think, like, damn, I'm carrying at the crib now. So then I started carrying at the house. Then I started carrying in my waistband when I slept. But you guys don't need to go that far. But what I'm saying is, like, never get caught slipping is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, never get caught lacking.
Well, this dude
fucking
got caught
lawnmower fucking carry is a thing, man. When you're out mowing your fucking grass, that
you might run across a snake.
Oh yeah. Dude,
you seen that?
Well, I got a snake gun in the garage, but it's more for the two-legged snakes. It's not for the.
I swear to God,
start using that.
Using that one. Yeah, that's a good one there. If I
the two-legged snakes,
my wife will be like, "Hey, can you go out and check the mail real quick?" And I'm like, "Sure." And then I go downstairs to the gun room and grab my shit if it's not already on me, and I'm like, all right, pistol, extra magazine, knife, pepper spray, flashlight, and like it's like 9:30 in the morning, and I still rock. It's like my Batman utility belt, man. It's my gear. It's gonna give, and it's because I made a commitment to myself. It is a standard. If I am walking through, like, out of the threshold of my bedroom, I'm going to be armed with all these things. Now, this dude was not armed in his home when he had a party. It was a birthday party, and he had about 12 or so people in there. He was targeted by these people. Two dudes came in there with machetes, and they literally two people held a room of dudes hostage for over an hour and a half with machetes. And they were in ski masks, and they, were literally like beating people, slapped a dude with the side of a machete blade, like going like super ham. Okay. And there are girls in there, there are young dudes in there, and he has a gun safe in his room where the firearms were, but they were unarmed, and they were literally at like they could do nothing. And that's not entirely true. I mean, I would have bum rushed them. I would have taken
exactly.
That's a leverage weapon, right? Like you get close to them, and they're not going to be able to do nothing. And but anyway, you never know how you're going to act in the situation unless you're a freaking animal. But
it does.
You never corner an animal, man.
I know. So here's what happened. So as he and all of the other 11 people are getting beaten, terrorized, being told that they're going to be killed before the day's over, and that they're going to chop them up and all that shit. And the dude is like, give me everything you got. So everyone empties their pockets. Everyone empties their purses. Everyone is running their shit taking jewelry off, watches, all the cell phones, all that. And he's like, "What is that? Is it a safe? Open the safe." And what is that, Fairchild?
Q-stick.
What is it?
It's a
It's
talkie.
taquito.
Oh. I was like, is that some kind of like new bolt carrier group that I don't know about?
Yeah, it's the straight from the Mexican Development Center or whatever.
22 caliber edible silencer.
Hell yeah. So the dude was like, open up the safe. So it was kind of guarded by like, the closets with like those terrible like accordion doors that suck.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
one of those closets, but the doors had been pulled off. So it was just like open, like the space with the closet. And it had like, a couple feet of, like shit like behind the wall. I don't know if I'm explaining this right, but the gun safe was sideways and it was kind of guarded mostly by the wall, but it poked out a little bit. And he told him to open the safe. And like he had said, like, I should bring him on and interview him because I know him. He's local. And he was like, the dude with the machetes had been beating the shit out of all of them and terrorizing them. And he was like, open the safe. And he was like, at that moment, the relief and fear that came over me was just like terrifying and exhilarating. And, walked over to the safe and I opened it. And I'm going to stop for a second because he hit me up. This was months prior to this. And he was like, I'm thinking about getting a gun. You always recommend Glocks, Glock this, Glock that. I want to get a Glock in 9mm or in 40 and convert it to 9mm. And I was like, well, you can do it, but if you're going to do it, you should change out the ejector because you may have some reliability issues. Well, he didn't. He changed everything on that shit and was running a 40-9 barrel and, blah, blah, blah. So he converted it from a 40 to a 9. So when he went over, he opened the safe, and that like split second, the dude was like literally 6 feet away from him. He grabbed his Glock 2319 and he drew it and pointed it
The
directly.
1923.
Oh, great year.
I have one.
Yeah, no, you mentioned that.
Yeah, I have one.
So he pointed it directly at dude's chest, and he hit him almost perfectly in the sternum, and the dude dropped like a sack of shit immediately.
Yeah.
And
Fuck yeah, right there.
Well, I mean, he was.
What about follow-up?
So here's the follow-up. Remember, there's a second dude, dual wielding machetes. Okay. He transitions the gun over to him, and nothing. The firearm malfunctioned after the first round, and then
Crack it again. What you got now?
You would think the dude rushed him, and it was a fight for the gun. So they're fighting over the gun, and half the people on the couch and in the area like weren't getting up and weren't engaging in the fight because they're
nobody's tackling, motherfucker.
Yeah, because they're
that's
like,
weak.
Oh my god, a gunshot just went off, and a split second later they're fighting. What's going on? And a bunch of pussy ass people are there anyway. But he saved them by this one dude, and there is some shit that's going to come up that is quite vulgar, so bear with me. But he starts fighting with the other dude over the gun, and during the fight, they kind of become separated, and the gun was on the floor, and he ran back over to the safe. Instead of trying to work on that gun, he ran back over to the safe and grabbed a North American Arms NAA 22 Magnum single action.
Yeah.
And the dude was like going for the Glock and then saw what he was doing and he was like, oh shit. So he skated out of the room and he followed him and like tracked him and with a 22 Magnum hit him in his back while he was running away, and then cocked it again and hit him in his back a second time with the 22 Hornady.
A 22 Hornet or a Hornady 22 Magnum?
Yeah,
7 to 10 yards. That wouldn't have been
Single
bad.
action, boys.
Oh, dude,
bro,
he almost died. They were
That's
very
crazy.
lucky.
That's what I carry in my Honda, man. That's the Honda fucking car gun.
Dude,
I'm glad it worked out for them like that.
Fuck,
have been awful.
Dude, I would have been pissed at the dudes in the room or whatever.
Oh,
I would
my
have
God.
I would have kicked them out of the house. I'm like, no,
Dude,
no.
Dude, I would have shoot up a credit card and use it as a fucking arrowhead at that point.
I know.
I'm like, you guys are no longer welcome.
Half the guys in
ever
my
again.
room already would have been armed. It wouldn't have been an issue.
That's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah, it
like-
really would be an issue with
But these are
friends.
lessons learned, right? These are opportunities
Yeah.
for us to look back and say, like, okay,
Yeah.
what happened? Like, what, dude? You know how quickly you could have like jumped up and just come behind him with a headlock, like anything.
And how old were you at that time, Mavis? How old were you?
What's that?
How old were you at that time?
This was 8 years ago. So I wasn't physically present.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Okay. How old were your friends? Just
this
because
was 8 to 10 years ago. They're a few years younger than me. He was probably
They're
like
in
literally 22, like 21,
Oh, shit.
22.
Okay, that explains a little bit of that. Yeah,
Look-
but still, like, his heroism is still talked about this day.
It
so-
is even, I mean, it's come up before because so here's the graphic part. Okay, so after homeboy with the 22 mag was hit twice in the back running away, he got in the getaway car, drove away. Both of them were apprehended later. He almost died in the hospital, was in critical condition for a long time, and
Boo.
he ended up making a recovery. He did get locked up. So remember, there's a guy that was shot in the sternum that was laying down on the floor bleeding. The reason that the remaining folks were, I guess, redeemed was because they started having a conversation with him. And as he was laying down bleeding on the floor, saying, "This was a mistake. This was a bad idea. I'm so sorry. I never should have done this, you know, blah, blah, blah." They started stomping him and they started beating him to death as he was dying. And
That's a little dark.
yeah, I mean, he was like crying out for his mother while they were beating him as he was bleeding out with a 9mm round in his sternum. Barely able
Yeah.
to talk.
If that guy knifed your little girl's throat, you telling me you wouldn't be beating that motherfucker?
Oh, I would have been blacked out. I would not be able to
seeing
control
red.
myself. Like
We were 18 years old when my fucking buddy, my used to be buddy, fucking brutally killed some guy at a fucking party. Luckily, I was fucking grounded. My parents had me home, and it was fucking what they did to that kid was fucking. It was fucking horrible. What they did to that kid. He died a horrible death. I
What
mean,
happened?
they beat him, they drowned him, they smashed his head with a rock. I mean, he died horribly.
Jesus
And
Christ.
these were 18-year-old kids. And if I wouldn't have been grounded, I probably would have been at that party. But if I was at that party, I was 17. I was carrying at that point. I probably would have shot him because it would have been too much. I would have shot him and called it out, and then just like, what the fuck? I mean, this was before cell phones. It wouldn't, it was too intense, and he's out.
At a certain point.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some people would say there's a gray area in between self-preservation and murder. My boy that I just told the story about, I mean, that's clearly just straight up murder, which is terrible. And you're definitely lucky that you weren't there.
Definitely.
The guy that he shot twice in the back, he was actually charged for shooting him. He was also sued by the family because he was fleeing. But we're talking about a guy that with 2 machetes was beating people, terrorizing them, and robbing them at the fear of death. Yeah, they were held hostage.
Yeah.
Like,
that's terroristic.
Bro, I would have said something like, "Oh, he was running towards all the other people," or something like that. You know what I mean?
You can't do that when you shoot him in the back, though.
Yeah. Or well, no. I thought they were in a different room or something like that.
So he was
Legit-
running away.
It's I don't know, man. It was when the guy that I knew killed somebody. It was traumatic for everybody that was there because he was going to threaten to kill them if they didn't go along with like throwing the guy in the fucking trunk and driving him down to the fucking railroad trestle and dumping him over in the fucking stream and then fucking drowning him and crushing his head with a rock. It was like, bro, you could make a movie out of this shit. It was so fucking brutal.
That's like the that short video. Well, not very short, but it's long if you watch it. It's like that video, the what is it, like 3 kids in an ice pick or something like that. That is one of the most brutal videos I've ever watched.
Was that live leak or best score? What was it?
It was best score, and it was I think 2 kids and a homeless guy. And they were.
Oh wait! This was in Russia, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember because
they were
Balkan. That's what it was. Yeah, because they were wearing tracksuits.
Yeah, and they were literally.
They love those tracksuits.
Like, what's up, Zapov? I mean, they were literally. I don't even want to say it, man. Like, they were like, with a screwdriver, stabbing him in the eye socket, saying, "Oh my God, I can feel his brain." Like it fucked me up to watch that and just to see pure evil.
I grew up on iFunny in its early development, so nothing really phases me a whole lot.
Yeah,
but I mean, dude, because here's the thing, Collective, bro, Collective, you used to like be scrolling that you'd maybe scroll through 5 maybe kind of okay memes, and then it's like, oh, this guy just died. Oh, this Chinese steel factory worker just got ripped into the machine. Okay, well, time for second hour. Time for second hour class.
It's lunch.
Yeah. Oh boy, we're having spaghetti. Love that.
Yeah. Spaghetti with pasta sauce and lasagna and pizza. And...
Bro, they served us chocolate milk with lasagna. Or well, okay, no, okay, not the lunch, not the lunch ladies. The lunch ladies were super sweet, and they thought it was stupid too. But normally they have like tea or something like that, like sweet tea or whatever, for the high schoolers back when I was in high school. But I get like they'll also they'll also give you options of like milk and orange juice and stuff if they have any left over from breakfast, which they always usually did. And they just didn't have any tea, I guess. But
so
I don't know. It was just weird. It was just not a good day because I had a baseball right after school ended. That was not fun.
Just want to add one thing. Somebody had said, they could have said that he was running for a weapon or running. So the first thing that I thought was that honestly, they could have just picked up the Glock and moved it to the other side of the hallway and said that the tussle had gone out to that area. You know what I mean? Like, or the gun had flung over there or something, and that he was running towards that area with the firearm, and that's why he shot him in the back running away. But like, I mean, and look, I know this is going to be a polarizing subject of like somebody shot someone in the back, but like, sit down and think of like the type of mind somebody has to have to hold a dozen people hostage with 2 machetes, and
you're going to be amped up.
Yeah.
Oh,
and here's the thing too, is that it's like, it sounds bad, and I'm not advocating for murder or anything, but if you shoot an intruder in your house, finish the job. Dead man can't sue.
Yeah, true that.
That sounds bad to say, but
my state actually has a statute in our like self-defense laws that if you do shoot someone, they can't come back and sue you no matter what. Now, obviously, 30 rounds of 5.56 is a pretty good sleep dart, but it's nice to know that at least my state, as shitty as it is, protects you from just getting sued if someone breaks in and you fucking cap their ass.
Dude, yeah, that's...
Yeah, true. KASC says their families can.
So it'll
No,
kind of make
my state has protection, so basically it says you cannot be sued in any manner whatsoever regarding the shooting at all by law enforcement, family, a guy who saw you on the street and got traumatized by the gunfire. You're completely protected from
Dang.
any sort of legal action taken against you.
I need to move.
That state located.
Yeah. And just a friendly reminder, Dark. I mean, you know, how far are we going to let these conversations go where you won't want to like maybe just move them straight in Discord instead of like, you know,
Yeah.
Well, I was
You-
gonna move it to Carrie,
YouTube.
Yeah.
because here's the thing. Speaking of Carrie, I'm looking into I actually, and look, I don't use Reddit very often because Reddit is only good for two things.
Trolling.
But CZ, I was at a gun store one time. This one I had to drive a little while to get there, but it was Boswell. Boswell was crazy. I was on a trip, which is why I was so far over there. And there's this place called House of Guns, and like they have so. It's a 2-story building made of brick. It's a converted newspaper print building that they turned into a gun store, and it is crazy. You have to sashay. You got to sashay through the aisles because they have guns leaning up on the things because the shelves are all taken up, and all the walls are just lined with them. So I'm like, that's pretty cool. But anyways, they have the handguns. They have an entire section for just handguns. And I was going through because they have them on those weird like zip stands. Yeah, this guy gets it. Reddit is AIDS. I agree. But what I was saying was I was just going through and I was like kind of holding them just to see which one felt good in my hand. And when I got to the CZ75P01 or the just the CZP01,
It's
oh
good.
man, oh man.
Whoa.
And it has a hammer, so I can carry hammer down without the risk of holding my junk hostage when I carry.
Oh,
We're
snap.
living, dude. You get a whole hostage.
If you want to get like super serial with it, they make a single action only fucking model that's like fucking Buttercrisp. It's really nice.
Dude,
Well, see, here's the thing. Like they let you like dry fire it and stuff like that. Because I mean, it's a big store, but it's like it's pretty well tight knit. Like everybody knows everybody because it's kind of a small town. But so like they'll let you dry fire and stuff. And I'm like, so I got to test the double action trigger pull, and I'm like, oh man, oh I love this. So yeah, 21st birthday. That's what I'm running to.
yeah, plastic
It's not a
gas.
bad choice. It's not a bad choice at all. I like the CZ.
I was surprised. Oh, whoops! I was surprised to hear that you weren't 21 yet. It's crazy.
Oh yeah. So what's funny is that at least in Oklahoma, and I'm pretty sure federally, you can't you can't purchase handguns until you're 21.
Mhm.
But you can own them.
Federal law is you can own them, be gifted them, shit like that.
Yeah.
When you're 18, you cannot, by federal law, purchase handgun ammo. But if you just tell them you have a PC carbine, it's
Yeah. See, and that's what I do. I've been to a
Ammo?
Go ahead.
When I was a kid, I had a freaking Jennings J22, and you could go to literally Ace Hardware. I mean, you could just go buy 22 ammo, and it wasn't a thing until like almost when I graduated high school. They were like, "Is this for a rifle or is this for a handgun?" Oh, it's for my 1022. Okay, son, here you go. No problem.
Yeah.
I mean that, and that was like back in '94. Somewhere around '94, they started making it a big deal.
What were
and
boxes
that's
of 22
actually
going
why I
for back
chose
then?
that gun. Like me and my buddies all carried 22s because you could get ammo. We couldn't get 9mm ammo. We couldn't get 45 ACP ammo. We could get 22 ammo.
Yeah, back then, pistol caliber
We all carried
carbines.
22s. We were like little fucking deuce gangsters.
Dude, pistol caliber carbines just weren't a thing back then, and I used to have a hell of a time getting ammo for like the sub 2000, and I had this like fake ass MP5, and it was just difficult. But I mean, I would literally go and I would like tell them like it's for a rifle, and they'd be like, "What?" and then I would show them a picture. Like, here you go. This is me posing nude with my.
That was different.
dog tag.
That's like 10 years difference. That's where it changed.
How
And it
much-
changed. It changed while I was in high school, because that's why we didn't buy, large caliber guns. We stuck with 22s.
How much was a box of 22 going
Oh my
for
god!
then?
Like fucking a 50, like a little 50 round box, like
Yeah.
of little Remingtons. That shit was like what, $2?
Oh, you fucking hurt me. You fucking
Dang.
hurt me to hear that shit, dude. I got into guns like right as like Trump got into office, so like everything was all nice, it was good, ammo was cheap, and then fucking COVID and everything went fucking sideways, and now I'm just like, oh yes, 50 cents for 5.56.
22,
Dude,
22 in the good days used to be like 2 or 3 cents a round. It was literally that cheap, and I like tried to fathom how they could produce it that cheap. It blew my mind how I could get 2 for 3 cents a round, and now it's 8 cents. 8 cents is like going rate.
I used to be like $4 for a box of 22. That's ridiculous. But I mean,
see, I don't know if this is a good deal or not, and I think it really depends on where you go. I went to Academy because that's usually where I get all my stuff, ammo wise, and it's I got for $42. I got a 525 round box. I don't know if that's a good deal.
Of what?
Or not.
Golden bullets?
Yeah.
I used to pay half that for a bucket of them. Literally a bucket.
Dude,
I got a bucket over here.
Well, they're
tell this to
hollow
everyone,
hollow
Used to
points.
buy a bucket of bullets, but I mean, there's only certain 22. I run like Remington Thunderbolts seem to run in all my autos. They run good. They're like waxed lead round nose. They run really good in all my autos
too.
My buddy, he picked up for I think like 6 cents a round a couple months ago, 2,000 rounds of like these 22 LR rip rounds, and they're subsonic rip, and the local raccoon population has severely decreased after us discovering these fucking rounds. You just go pop, and they just fall over, and you're like, oh
Bro,
shit.
I didn't even know Rip made.
They don't. It's basically it's considered a enhanced fragmentation projectile. Basically, there's like a big ass fucking like star in the nose of the bullet. It's like a hollow point bullet with a big ass star on it. I gotta look at the box because it's all at his house. But yeah, no, those things when they hit the raccoon, they break into like 3 or 4 pieces normally, and they go like
40 grains somewhere around there.
Yeah,
Just
they're a
to
little
throw
bit
this
heavier.
out there.
They're like subsonic, and they do the job. But no, I mean, as far as ammo prices goes, I always recommend everyone under the sun go on ammoseek.com. Just because because they index. They don't index everyone. Now they don't index everyone, but I can tell you for a fact that just by going on AmmoSeek, you will save so much fucking money because you're like, oh, I normally shop at SG Ammo or I normally shop at Cheaper Than Dirt, and then you go on SG Ammo and they're 35 cents, and you go on AmmoSeek and you can find it at 28 cents on another website.
Do not
unlimited outdoor play.
Not go to Cheaper Than Dirt. Cheaper Than Dirt is like fucking dead to me.
Yeah.
Dude, Cheaper Than Dirt is not cheaper than dirt. If dirt costs $1,000 a pound, then yeah, it's cheaper than dirt.
Dirt is dead.
Yeah, they should change their name.
No, but AmmoSeek is a very good tool. I mean, I picked up like a couple hundred or a couple thousand rounds of 7.62 by 39 for like 31.5 cents a round. Free shipping, motherfucker. This shit it's from Turkey. It's steel case. It's called ZSR. It's sold through a website called Zinc Point, and they sell regularly. Guess why? It's like M43 spec is what it is.
Chickum? Is that
brown ales? They're very based.
Is that like the shit? Even though it's steel case, it's kind of like polished. It's like
it's
lacquered.
It's lacquered. It's
lacquered.
lacquered. Oh, look at that! Look at that!
Oh, look at the chicken! Look at the chicken!
Look at the chicken! Look at the 762 chicken!
Yeah.
Papa!
Oh man, guys, I'm getting to the point where I'm gonna have to end the stream in a minute. Any final closing thoughts that you guys would like to share with the class?
Grow a beard, go to academy. They won't ID you because they think that you're old. If you got to buy bullets. I know from a friend a friend who did that.
I mean, beards do solve most problems in the world.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Although I'm rocking the mustache because that's what my dad does, and I want to look like my dad because he's a cool dude.
Dads are freaking cool, man.
Yeah.
Dads are the best. I say. Who's next?
I will say that I am waiting for my PTR 32. It's going to come in like Friday, and I am stoked as a motherfucker to get that fucking firearm. It's going to be bad as a motherfucker.
Nice. That's what's up. Now the PTR 32. Which one is that? Is that the 5.56? Or that's the 308?
No. It's an HK 91, right? It's like a G3 rifle.
Yeah.
Only it runs AK mags and AK rounds.
Oh.
Bro, what is that?
With a 16-inch barrel with a fucking welded pick rail on top of the receiver, which is key. And they still have the fucking HK fucking barrel rear sight on there, which is nice, very nice. And it's a 9-pound rifle, like naked, so it's a heavy boy, but that will squeeze the most fucking distance off of that round you can get on any gun. Watch the reviews. Mr. Guns and Gear did them. Like, it's an old gun. Like they've had them around since like 2000, probably like 2011, maybe 2007. They've been around for a while. I've got the Generation 2 coming, and it's got the 5/8 by 24 thread.
Nice.
So I can run my 30 cal can on that motherfucker. It's gonna be sweet.
That's dope.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Rocking them fucking AMD 65 fucking 20 round mags.
Oh, the tankers. The tankers.
Yeah.
That's
tankers.
Tankers gonna tank. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, the tankers, man. I don't run anything else. I haven't run a 30 round mag for like 15 years. I always run the 20 rounds.
I stay with the 30s. Now, if I had a gang of 20 round tanker mags, man, I used to be able to get those things for like $5, and now they're literally selling them for like $50 each.
Yes,
it's crazy, man.
Yes, I'm thinking about buying some P mags because they ship it with a P mag, and they say they run good on P mags.
No, don't buy P mags.
I'm thinking about getting like a couple 10s just for bench purposes, just to run off the bench on a silencer, trying to reach out to 500.
Joe, I got to be honest with you here. I used to be a big PMAG guy, and I used to have. I mean, I still have them, but I don't use them anymore.
I am not a PMAG guy.
I used to have about 30 of those motherfuckers, and recently, after COVID, a lot of them sat in storage, just unused, unloaded, chilling in storage in my gun safe, sitting in my bedroom. My house is air conditioned. My house has heating. I took those things out a couple weeks ago because I have a training event that I'm going down for in a couple of months. So I went through all my gear this far out to say, hey, what do I need to buy? Blah, 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 blah. Every single one of my PMags, except for 2 of them, was unusable. They had either warped in some way, something had gotten just fucked up on them, where I had one where the follower literally just fucking cracked, and I'm like, what is this? You're literally brand new, and I'm like, how the fuck is the follower even broken on this thing? The feed lips expanded on the ones that I had any ammo in, even like, because I used to keep
unloaded
specialty ammo. I used to keep my specialty ammo in them with their little fucking lid bullshit thing that they come on top, the little lids with them. Doesn't matter. You can't keep them loaded. You can't keep them ready to go. Every single mag that I even had one round in is currently unusable. And
Oh yeah, that
That's
was me. I did that.
had 'em
I
in
actually snuck into your gun safe when you weren't looking, and I busted up all your PMags.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say that has to be.
but
I
I'm a proprietor of any metal mags. Any metal is always better than fucking
metal's better. Metal's better.
I even asked
And
my buddies
if
who
Yeah,
are
FS
special
2000
forces
is
and shit,
sick.
and they go, we use this shit in Fallujah, and we had so many goddamn problems with these mags because they would get dirty, and then the followers would just get fucked. The followers would get fucked. The feed lips would expand because of the heat and the conditions. They are not P-mags. Are civilian grade mags. They are not battle ready. They are not good to stand up to the environment. If you can get a 10-round metal mag, I guarantee at best it will be better than at worst it'll be better than a P-mag, and at best it'll be phenomenal.
I had to go take my truck into service, right? Like to the Toyota shop. And
We talked about it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I pulled my gun out of the fucking truck, and I had like a 90-round loadout in there with, they were hex mags.
Yep.
And
Ooh.
they were loaded. They were loaded. And when I pulled them out, I just came and test fitted them, and they were like resistant going up into the fucking mag well.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, what's this about? Well, the shit fucking expanded, man. The fucking the ammo fucking just spread it out too much, and I switched out to 20 rounds. I got like, now I've got an 80 round loadout with like 3 20s of stainless steel. What are they? ASC mags. I think I switched them out too.
Dude, I've never had.
There was a while ago, I was looking. They had a Korean. I don't know if they still have them because it was like a month or two ago. They had these Korean contract steel mags for 223-556 that were overrun, and they had like 20, 30, 40,000 of them, and they were steel mags for $5 a pop, 30 rounders.
Yeah, I haven't had good luck with the Korean mags. Some of the Glock mags are all right. By the way,
I took it
those
on
bullpups.
those hex mags. It was a bad deal.
Those bullpups are pure sex, by the way. The FS 2000 and the fucking AUG, that's fucking money.
I'll tell you what.
Charger.
Round fire mags, by the way.
Yeah, I see that. That's gangster. But dude, I gotta say, I've never had any, but I've got PMags that I've had loaded here for like a decade, and I'll take them out, I'll run them, unload my, I always keep like 62 grainers or 55 grainers, and then like 3 or 4 tracers at the bottom, just so you can visually see when you're running empty. Just a little pro tip.
Yeah.
And then I'll throw in like some, 5, 10, whatever, 15 rounds of XM193 or whatever, just to go shoot at the range and shit and do some, mag changes and whatnot. But I've never had issues with, not never. I haven't, had more than a couple issues with polymer mags, especially P mags. But I have a lot of aluminum and some steel mags as well. I rock.
I'll tell you what, the best mags I've ever had, bar none, like for Stanag mags. The fucking IMI Elanders. Those Elander mags are stainless steel, fucking slick black coated. They are the shiz night. And me and my buddy bought like 20 of them a piece. And they were at the time like $15 a pop. They were slightly more expensive than aluminum mags were. And now they're like $30 a pop.
Dude, the HK steel mags are 50
if you can
to 60.
find the Elanders. Those fucking mags, they've got white followers. They're fucking, they're so nice.
Yeah,
they're heavy, but they're nice.
The HK steel mags have white followers. Those motherfuckers are $50, $60 each.
I use the EPI mags with those blue enhanced followers. Never have a fucking problem. I got mine. There's a website I'm on there right now. They're sold out currently, but they're called 03 Industries, and they've got the OK Industry and the Center Industry mags for $7 a pop on there, like the mill syrup, and then they got the Brownells 30 rounders for $11 a piece. When they restock their EPI mags that normally sell for $20 to $30, they have them for $10 at least.
Bro,
For-
these are,
For budget, I like stainless steel, black painted, freaking ASC mags with the orange followers on 5.56. They are. I've never had any fails with those either.
These
And
are-
those have spent time like in my truck for a whole year and been able
Because
to like pull
they're
them.
not going to expand. You can fucking throw them off a mountain and they're going to be good to go.
Yeah. Well,
Jungle,
I kind of went polymer for a while and thought like, maybe it would be better, but no, it's not better when the elements start taking effect on shit from being in storage for a year, and then you pull them out to go fucking do something stupid, and then it doesn't work. Well, a stainless steel Stanag mag works way better.
bro, if you guys come across like those OK Industries, and I mean, there's so many of them, but the old like GI style aluminum mags, and they got the shitty quote anti-tilt followers in them.
The green
Fucking-
ones.
What's up,
yeah,
Grump?
which those
Oh,
suck.
the greenies.
Chuck those mofos out, and then get the Magpul actual anti-tilt GI followers.
Oh yeah. You could just do a refollower. You
Yeah.
could
These
you
things
could rebuild
work
the
like a
mag
champ.
bodies.
Yeah, is that Dr. Crump?
It's Dr. Crump.
John Old
the
Crump
champ is here.
Jr.
Yeah, I'm talking to someone very special, guys.
Who's that?
That's all I'm saying.
Are you telling Joe Biden to blow it out his ass?
Is it Dog the Bounty
Who
Hunter?
has
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Tell him let's go, Brandon.
Bro,
Now you'll get crucified on the news if you do that.
No,
I
you'll
gotta
be called a
cut the
terrorist.
stream, y'all.
You
Yeah, they'll call you a
terrorist.
terrorist.
Let's do Dad.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna get this out on Dark Stream really quick.
Oh shit.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hold on. Hey, can you guys hear me?
I
Yep.
can hear you.
Loud and clear.
Okay, guys, if you could, and if you don't like GoFundMe, you can go to GiveSendGo/CRS. Hold on, let me freaking just mute this.
Slash Trump.
It's GiveSendGo.com/CRS, and you can donate to CRS that way.
Is it givesendgo.com/CRS?
I'm friends with the lawyer handling his case, and he said that everything's looking all right. So that's at least good news.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just go do that, and yeah. So let me get back. I just wanted to pop in there and say that.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. I know,
appreciate you.
you know.
Yeah, and I'm not saying who I'm talking to, but
Yep. No, you're good. All right, brother. All right, let's do some dad wisdom or some quick little jammy points, and then I gotta cut it, y'all.
If you're ever in Taiwan and she's taller than 5'5", be wary.
Oh yeah.
Lady boy.
Straight up.
Lady boy
You
warning.
know. All right, Dirty McGurdy.
Man, just if you have something, train with it, be comfortable with it. That goes for anything,
Mm,
you know.
yeah.
Right?
Also, remember to laugh about shit because some things are really fucking funny.
Yeah. There's a quote: amateurs practice until they get it right, and professionals practice till they can't get it wrong. And that whole getting comfortable with being uncomfortable, and practice until you're uncomfortable, and that kind of thing. It's true. Like becoming best friends with discomfort is important.
Yes.
Extremely.
Mm-hmm. All right, who else? Who's got some dad wisdom?
Well, I just wanted to elaborate on that, like pushing yourself to your limits within reason. Obviously, don't go skydiving without a parachute, but like pushing yourself to your limits can only better you in ways. For example, I lost 40 pounds by pushing myself, going to the gym, lifting weights, and it's just doing what I was uncomfortable with was going out in public and working out was one of my things, and it made me such a better person, and exploring new things that are foreign to you. Even just dipping your toes in the water will help build your confidence as a person and allow you to just be more confident in everyday life and everyday situations. Because at the end of the day, you are the only person looking out for yourself, so you should be, as confident and well-rounded as possible.
Hell yeah. Gangster. Corn pop, plastic.
Be rootin', be
I don't know if
tootin', and by God be shootin'. But most of all, be kind.
Ah, look at you. I like it. Corn pop, what you got?
I don't know. I'm just gonna rip off an old Vernon Law quote and say, "Experience is a hard teacher because it gives the test first and the lesson afterwards."
I like it. Well, you guys know how I shut down every stream. I say rule number 1 is to be kind. Being kind is the most important thing you can do. You'll never imagine the amount of people that you can impact by simply just being kind. Also, of course, live a life of care, contribution, and compassion, which kind of falls in line with being kind, but you know what I'm saying. Give to others, and you'll be given to. A hand that's open to give is open to receive. And because we know that the only thing that defeats evil are good men skilled in violence, it's important that good people like us become as highly skilled in violence as possible, and be safe, be dangerous, and keep that thing on you. That's all I can say. All right, ladies, gentlemen, Discord, those alike, appreciate y'all tuning in. And we got a special guest coming up on Thursday to talk about non-binary things. And then we also have some other special guests coming up, like Bulligan Shooting Sports, which is going to be fucking awesome. I'm excited about that. But y'all, yeah, take care, y'all. I love y'all. Bye.
Later, buddy.